welcome to week 4. So for today, I will be going through the handout that you may use for this week. It is a student sample that I went ahead and annotated, so we will go ahead and take a look at that, as well as reviewing this week's writing assignment for week 4. So for the supporting document, in modules, you'll find it under My Module. So if we scroll up, we can go here, and it'll be under Sample Writing Assignment. So you can click here, and you can go ahead and either download it, it's a Word doc, or you can just expand it. It's not very long, it's just the one page, so you can go ahead and click here to expand on it. And for this week, I went ahead and was able to get a sample from a student to kind of use as a guide, and you can also use this as a guide or an aid just to kind of help serve as a way to generate ideas and brainstorming and just see other ways of perhaps organizing and writing. So for this week, I went ahead and annotated a few of these areas in the assignment and put notes on the side, just kind of showing you where you can kind of elaborate on, or perhaps just certain key features that are within the writing sample, just to keep in mind while you're writing. So for this one, I wrote here just topic sentence. So if you'll notice, each of the paragraphs have a topic sentence, and essentially the topic sentence just lets the reader know what the main idea of the paragraph will be. For this second comment, I went ahead and just put transition phrase to show contrast or difference between ideas. So I went ahead and noted that just to kind of show here, this is where the writer went ahead and wrote here in contrast, just to kind of show, we're switching gears now. We've already wrapped up this part of the paragraph. This is where we are transitioning. For the third comment, it says example following topic sentence to further explain the main idea of the paragraph. So if you already noticed, right, the first sentence will always be the topic sentence. Here, the writer went ahead and gave an example, right? They provided an example to kind of further explain what that topic sentence means. And as for comment 4, I wrote here examples further explained using supporting detail to expand upon. This here is where the writer goes into more detail, right? They're able to kind of further explain the example above, right? So, you have that one here, and then the following sentences are just a way to kind of help support, right, what that example is and explain it further. As for the last paragraph here, I went ahead and commented on this as well. This is just what I felt was, a conclusion paragraph for the writing assignment. It does a good job of being able to both summarize both views, from both of these primary sources, as well as it is able to contrast and show the differences between each one. So this is found in modules. This will be here for you. I've placed it both in the my module here, as well as the module for this week's writing assignment here. So, I really highly suggest taking a look at it if you are getting stuck of just how to further, write and going forward with your writing, just to serve as a guide. For this week, in weeks 4's writing assignment, we can take a look at it together. For the prompt this week, it says, read the 2 historical primary sources at this link. So you're going to read both from King and Malcolm X. Use the sources to accurately explain in your own words how their strategies during the civil rights movements were different. You're not going to quote any of these sources. You're going to just go ahead and write it in your own words. If you do, it will be a rewrite on your end. It just needs to be around 250 to 500 words. And as always, the assignment assumes you've already viewed the lectures and read the assigned chapters. So for this week, as always, I hone in on this sentence here, right? I'm looking at use the sources to accurately explain in your own words how their strategies during the civil rights movement were different. When I am really wanting to key in, I think about this, right? Like I am really honing in on how their strategies during the civil rights movements were different. This is what I'm thinking, right? This is the part where I'm kind of thinking, okay, okay, what were their strategies, right? Were each of them, right? What were their views? And perhaps for this writing assignment, things to remember would be, if you're trying to brainstorm, think about how did MLK and Malcolm X differ in their approaches for their fight for civil rights? How were each of their beliefs different? So keep in mind those questions as you're moving forward with this assignment and sit with them a little bit. You know, for this week, just as like a little hint, I would highly suggest, as always, to rewatch mini lecture or this lecture here for 24. And while it isn't assigned for this week, I would highly suggest reading chapter 29, section 3. Uh, in your textbook, it'll be probably labeled chapter 29.3. I think that section has some great background information and detail that would be good in just being able to kind of understand perhaps both sides. And I would say that that chapter would be probably good to just kind of have a refresher while you're going through the primary documents as well. As far as wrapping up for this video, I want to just put out a reminder again that for the month of July moving forward till your end of class, basically, I am only going to be working from on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So instead of Monday through Thursday, it'll be now Tuesday and Thursdays. Those will be my new days. The drop-in hour that I usually have each week, it'll still remain on Thursdays at 1 p.m. If there are any changes on the drop-in hour, I will make sure that I post it as an announcement so everyone knows. Other than that, as well as a reminder for this week that I will not be having a drop-in hour for Thursday at 1 due to 4th of July, but I will be holding it on Monday at 1. So if you are available to come, that'd be great. As always, if you have any questions or you want to reach out to myself or Professor Collins, please do so. Again, I have my office hour at 1, as well as Professor Collins has his. So please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Enjoy your week and have a safe holiday week.